I wish my girlfriend had been cheating on me. I always thought I had a good relationship. Stable, well-managed. You know the spiel. We'd been together for 3 years before things began to look dicey. It started off small. Distance. Cold shoulders, lack of communication. At the time, I thought this was a reflection of me. I thought that it was me who had pushed her away. However, I'm a lover boy at heart, and that heart belonged to her and her alone. I fought desperately to try and fix things. I made a routine out of bringing her favorite flowers anytime I saw her, watching the shows that she wanted to watch every time she came over. Hell, I even tried to get us into a gym routine together. Being 17, it was difficult to pull out the adult couple stops, the houses, the trips, whatever. But damn it, I tried to do the best I could. Even so, her secretiveness grew. She began turning her location off late at night and wouldn't turn it back on until the next day. Her phone became completely off limits to me. My intuition told me exactly what I'm sure you're thinking as you read this. I just didn't want to believe it. I couldn't force myself to stomach the reality that circumstance was shoving down my throat. Anytime I tried to talk to her about this, it'd turn into an argument. I was somehow the bad guy for wanting security in a relationship that I cared about deeply. When those arguments started, it felt like she'd be completely fine, whereas I felt like my world was being burned to ash. After a few months of this, I finally gathered up the courage to put an end to all of it. I was going to give her one last chance before leaving for good. On the drive to her house, my mind raced 1,000 miles an hour, thinking about how this confrontation would go. Part of me hoped to God that we'd be able to resolve this, and things could go back to how they used to be. Another part of me truly just wanted for my relationship to end. I was sick of feeling hurt. I was tired of feeling like I was doing something wrong. I had a whole speech prepared by the time I got to her driveway. However, once I got to the front door and her mom let me in, my mind went straight to blank. My girlfriend had been in the shower when I arrived, and her phone rested tauntingly on her nightstand. I knew deep in my bones that I didn't want to see whatever was in that device. I knew that whatever I found was only going to break my heart and destroy whatever trust I had left. I could hear the water from the shower pelting against the bathtub, and my thoughts grew louder and louder with each passing minute. I knew if I was going to do this, I was going to have to do it now. I snatched the phone off the nightstand and immediately went to her messages. To my absolute surprise, I found nothing. No other guys, no mention of any cheating in any of her group chats, nothing. Her photos were more of the same. The only pictures in her recently deleted album were just some selfies that even I can admit looked like they deserved to be deleted. Still though, something told me to keep searching. After finding nothing on any of her social media apps, I came to the conclusion that maybe she just wasn't attracted to me anymore. No cheating involved, just loss of love, which still hurt a lot. However, there was still one last app that needed to be checked. Opening her notes app, I found only one singular note titled Names and Ratings. My heart dropped. This was it. This was the thing I had been looking for. At least, I thought it was. As I began to read through the note, it became glaringly apparent that I had misjudged my girlfriend's reason for secrecy by about 1,000 miles. Michael, 8 out of 10. Squirmed and cried like a bitch. Died after having jugular cut. Bled everywhere. David, 6 out of 10. Boring. Didn't even scream. Just accepted his fate. Blake, 7 out of 10. Tried to fight back. Left a bruise on my shoulder. Interesting guy, boring kill. Jaden, 5 out of 10. Strangled to death with belt. Xavier, 10 out of 10. Fought back hard. Gave me a challenge. Died by decapitation. I keep his head hidden in a place only I can find. Donovan, TBD, I expect this kill to be the hardest. I accidentally fell in love with this one. I think I'll cut his heart out. God, I hope he fights back. I stared at that last entry and felt a chill run down my spine. It felt like reality itself had bent in on itself, and all sound seemed to fade into silence as my vision began to blur. However, what I did hear was the sound of the shower water stopping and the bathroom door creaking open as my girlfriend stepped out with a towel wrapped around her body. The next thing I remembered was the words she spoke to me, the invitation that will be engraved in my memory forever. "Oh, hi, baby. I was just about to call you. I was going to ask if you wanted to go on a drive with me tonight."